What's going on, everybody? My name is WiseTV, back again with another video. Today we are hopping back into r/entitledparents. It's been requested a lot and I haven't done an upload from it in over a week. So I hope you guys enjoy it and let's hop right into today's video. Okay, so a little backstory. I used to work at McDonald's when I was a teenager and I'm also deaf, but I read lips. I developed bacterial meningitis and became fully deaf at the age of 12. I can still speak since I learned to speak before I came deaf, and most of the customers I got there were very understanding. Except for one. I was working front counter that day as I usually did, so I was basically in charge of inside customers. This was the easiest position for me as I could see the customers and read their lips. A middle-aged lady and her 9 to 10-year-old son walk in and I say, "Hi, welcome to McDonald's." While signing in at the same time, she doesn't look up and is looking down at her phone, so I can't see her lips and I can't understand what she's saying. So I explain, "Excuse me ma'am, I'm deaf and I can't read lips. Can you look up for me?" She rolls her eyes and I clearly see what she says. She says, "Why would they let a retard work the front counter?" I'm appalled by her behavior, but I smile and say, "What can I get started for you today?" She starts to patronize me by speaking very slowly, which, fun fact, actually makes it 1,000 times harder to understand what you're saying. She says, "I want a Diet Coke." "Okay, is that all?" "And a Happy Meal toy." Now all of our drinks are $1 no matter what the size, but you have to pay for a Happy Meal toy. We don't just give them out for free. I ring her up and she's shocked. She demands to know why I'm discriminating against her son and forcing them to pay for a Happy Meal toy. I really don't want to cause any trouble and I wish I could say I told her where she could shove it, but I ended up having to give her the toy for free. I thought I had avoided conflict, but oh boy was I wrong. I told her the total was $1.06 and she paid. I handed her a large cup and motioned for the guy behind her to move forward. She waves a hand in my face and points to the drink cup. Yes ma'am? You never got me my drink." Now I thought she didn't see the machines behind her, so I pointed to a drink machine and said, "Oh, there's a drink station behind you where you can fill up your drink." I kid you not, she word for word said, "That's your job. Do I look like I work for McDonald's?" My jaw hit the freaking floor. I never had someone be so rude to me in my entire life. I ended up telling her that you could come inside and fill up your own drinks because of sanitary reasons, but when she kept on pushing at me, I ended up just using our own drive-thru drink machine to give her the Diet Coke. While I'm making the drink, my coworker taps me on the shoulder, and this is the reason that this is in the entitled parents tag. I see her son making fun of me to his mom by pretending to sign and just in general being a jackass. His mom didn't punish him or tell him off. Instead, she encouraged him and started to make fun of me with him. I went to the back and ended up bawling my eyes out. I felt incredibly embarrassed and like I had made a fool out of myself for having a disability. I turned my 2 weeks notice in about a week later and haven't worked in fast food since. That's awful. Someone has a disability that they can't help and they're being made fun of for it. It's bad enough that the woman was being so rude, but to make fun of it, that's just not okay. That's unfortunate for that woman, but hopefully she found a better paying job anyway. A couple years back, I was grilling up some Korean barbecue short ribs at a family party. There were about 30 to 50 of my relatives there and some people that were just friends with some of their parents. As I was grilling, the entitled mom comes up to me. "Give me a piece of that barbecue for my son." "It'll be a couple minutes, they're not done yet." "I need it now, just give me that one, it looks done." She points to a seared piece that's raw in the middle. "It's not cooked yet, just wait a little bit, yeah?" "I'm an adult, you have to listen to me." Okay. I just give her what she wants because I'd rather not argue, and a couple minutes later she comes back to me angry. "This piece is raw, why did you give it to me? You have no idea how to cook." "You demanded I give you a piece when I told you twice it wasn't cooked yet, then you told me I had to do whatever you said because you're an adult." She doesn't say anything and just leaves. Later, I found out she went to my mom and tried to tell her I couldn't cook and tried to give her raw meat. Luckily, my mom was the one that taught me to cook, so she knew entitled mom was making crap up. That's ridiculous. You're gonna abuse your authority and then complain about something that you caused upon yourself? That's called karma too. She kinda deserved it. No, she really deserved it. So I grew up with divorced parents, and until I was around 11 or 12, I went back and forth between my parents' houses. When I was 6, my mom married my stepdad, who has been more of a parent to me than my dad ever will. I was kind of oblivious at the time, but my dad would put the thought in my head to have my stepfather sleep on the couch and have my dad back at home with my mom. So I asked after my dad basically told me to. My mom obviously said no. He continued to put these thoughts in my head, and gradually I noticed that something was wrong. Soon after my mom and stepfather got married, they had my little sister. My dad continued to ask about her and make little comments here and there about how he should get to be her dad and that my mom cheated on him with my stepdad. My parents had been divorced since I was around 2, and my mom and I met my stepfather at the same time, when I was 5. When he would pick me up from my mother's house and my sister would happen to be nearby, he would actively try to talk to her and get her to open up to him. My mom would have to shoo her away to get him away from her. After giving up on being in my sister's life, he would make random comments on how more well behaved I was and how I can control myself because he had raised me, not my stepfather. I began to get angry as I loved my little sister, as well as my stepfather, and I argued that I was only well behaved because I was a bit older. I told my mom and she had to tell my dad to stop asking about my little sister and that he had no right to bash her like that. My dad still causes drama and I don't go and see him anymore, as he ended up being abusive toward me. To this day, whenever he is brought up, my little sister calls him the other guy, as she knows he's my biological father, but she knows I don't like to call him my dad. She's the best. That's kind of creepy though, how clingy he was being, especially almost 10 years after a divorce and a child that's not even related to him in any way. It's a good thing that he doesn't see his dad anymore, because that's creepy, because he obviously doesn't mind it. It'd be a different story if he wanted to see his dad and he couldn't, but he doesn't want to see his dad either, so it all worked out pretty well in the end. Some backstory. So I was around 11 or 12 years old. My church has a field trip every 2 years. It's pretty cool. We travel to 20 states in the US. This happened in Alabama. We were at this wave machine in a water park. We were at a cheaper one, so the waves weren't as powerful. I was playing with some of my friends and we were splashing water at each other. I had a pair of goggles and my friend had my water gun. One of the waves knocked off my goggles, so I went underwater to look for them. I couldn't find them at all and I was extremely scared that I lost them. My grandma told me not to lose them or she would take my PS3, so I was panicking. I was searching for about 30 minutes and started to lose hope. Then I see entitled kid wearing them. I approach her. She looked about 7 or 8, so I assumed she would just hand them over. Me. Can I have those back? I've been looking for them for a long time. No, they're mine. No, they aren't. Can you please just give them to me? I stick my hand out, hoping she'll cooperate. Stupid! She proceeds to say a racial slur. They're mine! I'm shocked. I didn't expect that at all. I was surprised that a girl around 7 or 8 would say that to me. Don't say that. That's rude. Shut up, you! She proceeds to say the racial slur again. You don't matter. I'm going to my mom. And when the entitled mother sees me, her face changes. She looks scared, but angry. Entitled kid took my goggles. Can you please tell her to give them back? She says to me, did you steal them, you racial slur? You're black, so she should have it. I realize that they're a racist family, so I know it would be like an Xbox lobby where everyone says the N-word. Me. No, my grandmother brought them for me. She didn't steal them either, so can I have them? Entitled kid is about to hand them to her mother, so I snatch them. Me. Frick you both! The entitled mother starts chanting, thief, thief, thief! I flip them both off and run to my friends. They saw the whole thing. Most of the kids are around 50 to 17, so I was like their pet. They told one of the employees and about 5 minutes later, security kicks them out. Entitled mother and entitled kid both stare at us as they walk away with the guard. I've never been able to think normally ever since. I'm always super nervous now. Always thinking when I cross the street, maybe some racist will run me over. Moral, Alabama, 100. Wow. What has this world become? An 8-year-old being racist. That's just some bad parenting. Hopefully karma comes back to strike that mother, because that is not okay. At the same time, she's being a hypocrite, but she stole the goggles from him, so that makes her a thief too. It's ridiculous and they deserve to be kicked out. The final story in today's episode brings pain to me. Around Christmas time last year, my mom decided to buy me an extremely expensive drum kit, around 2,000 pounds. I'd been working for 3 years and done 5 grades in those years to earn this and was happy. A few months later, my mom said she was going to have to cancel my drum lessons for a month to help pay for some work on the house. I said, okay, and carried on playing the same pieces of music. Another week goes by and my cousins are coming to stay. My mom says one must stay in my room, so she will move down the kit to the garage. I say, okay. A few more weeks pass. I haven't brought the kit back up yet. I go downstairs, no kit. I flip out, thinking we've been robbed. My parents come and calmly explain they've sold my most prized possession. I was devastated, and it got worse when the work they paid for with my kit started the next day, on my sister's room. She had a huge room already, 5 times nicer than mine. To this day, a year later, I have had to give up the only hobby I ever truly loved because I had an entitled parent in my own family. It hurts. Dang, I can't say I can feel empathy for this guy because it's never really happened to me, but at the same time, I can almost feel his pain. That's really unfortunate, and even worse is that the profits didn't even go for him. It went to his sister, who was already spoiled enough. Ouch. If that's not favoritism, then I don't really know what is. At the same time though, when reading these stories, they can be a little bit biased and people make up some BS. I've heard that in the comments before. Maybe some of these stories are BS, maybe some of them are true, but either way, I hope they are still entertaining to you. Either way, 1 or 2 of these stories has to be real. It's just bound to be. And this is the spot where we conclude today's videos and have our announcements. It feels like yesterday where we just hit 1,000 subscribers. We literally hit 10k yesterday, and as soon as I'm done thanking you, we already hit 11k. Today was a record day for the channel. We had many views, and if you are new, welcome to the channel. Please consider subscribing if you're new. It would be very much appreciated. And join my Discord down below. We are a really nice community, and you guys get to talk to me because I'm like always on there all the time, as I've said in the past. Like I said, link is in the description, and also the link to my Instagram is too as well if you want to follow me on there. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and leave a like if you did. It would be very much appreciated. Thank you for watching. Have a great day, and I will see you guys in the next video.